Welcome to episode 10 of Greatest Let's Play Agrarian Skies. Now, having gotten trees and dirt production out of the way, as you can see, I've now started extending. Well, it's a lawn at the moment, but yeah, it's earth, it's grass. People who play Skyblocks may be screaming at this point, saying it's wasteful, but it's nice. It looks okay, and as you can see, I've been building this off camera. Now, most of you should know what this is, but if you don't know what it is, well, it's a mob trap, or a mob grinder, mob farm, whatever you want to call it. It's not quite the same as a vanilla version, though, so let's go and have a look. First of all, there's a 4x4 tower. But inside, that means a 2x2 space. I could expand this if I wanted to, but for the moment, 4x4 is fine. Up the top, let's go and have a look. And I've done all this off camera because, yeah, you didn't want to watch a video of me placing lots and lots and lots and lots of cobble. Place torches around the moment. Inside here is 3 high, and again roofed by cobblestone slabs, just so nothing can spawn on the roof of this. So in here it's tall enough to take endermen, pretty much anything else. Now if this was vanilla, and they drop down there, if this was vanilla, you'd want to make this at least a few more blocks tall, and then you'd have platforms here, just getting more cobble, and have water running down this way towards the centre. So whenever a mob spawns on this section here, they walk over to here occasionally, drop into the water, and down they go. This is 23 blocks drop, by the way, from that bottom down there. 23 blocks up is this ground level here. Hopefully that should just take them down to half a heart health. We'll see once we start turning this system on. I also want a way to turn it off again, and I've just built this balcony around the outside for maintenance, but easiest way to turn it off, given our rewards, chest, and put a magnum torch in there. If you want to turn it off, just plant the magnum torch somewhere, and no more mobs will spawn. Easy. If you don't have that, there's plenty of other ways. Torches, glowstone illuminators, you name it. As long as it's a light source, you can turn it off. Let's go and sleep through the night. Let's show you how we're going to set this up. Okay, so the first thing we need is something to push everything towards the centre, or pull. And there are a few ways we could do it. The one that's available in Agrarian Skies is called Conveyor Belt. Lots of different colours if you want coloured versions, but just a boring version. 160. Yeah, sorry, 16 per 3 rubber, 2 redstone, and an iron. So if you look up there, it happens to be a 2x2 hole, and then outwards from that 7 in every direction. So that's 16 by 16. So we're going to need quite a lot of these conveyor belts. Let's see how many rubber we've got. I've got 38. That should do it, but if not, I can always do a couple more. Let's grab a stack of redstone, a stack of iron, and okay, so that's 192. That's not quite enough. Yeah, I'm going to make a little bit more, but certainly enough to demonstrate the principle. Now, one of the main things I want from this is ender pearls. That ender seed that we got going, it's only the second time, and yes, you could go exponential with the seeds, because you can make the seeds from ender pearls, but it's extremely slow, and this is not a server at the moment, this is single player, so I'm not going to use anything like a chunk loader. It's not really worthwhile. I see a tree farm down there working away. So, conveyors, and I always forget which way they push, so bear with me a second. Okay, so they are going to push away. Fine. So what we want to do is yeah, I want to make sure there we go. So all we're really doing is moving everything that spawns in here towards this line. When it gets here, we're going to do the same thing but towards the center, and this is where it gets a little bit hairy, particularly if you're setting this up. I want to make sure I've got lights somewhere. Can I put lights? I'll put them on the walls, that'll do. Yeah, and it takes quite a bit of resistance to get off them again, so just bear that in mind as and when you are trying not to get pushed. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to accidentally yeah, that would be bad. That would be very, very, very bad. And embarrassing. I do this without getting okay, be right back once I've done all this and not died. Yeah, that's right, not gonna die. Now the top's nearly done. Most of the conveyor belts are in there, but I do want to deal with the bottom because that's important too. So if we come over this side, and do I have any half slabs? Yes, I do. The magnum torch is placed, by the way, so I'm not going to get anything dropping onto my head, which is good. Remove all light. In fact, you won't be able to see too much on a YouTube video. It's a bit darker. Where's my lights? Okay. Fine. So what we actually want is this. When anything lands, we want it in these front two spaces. And that'll just help it a little bit. Get rid of that part now. And just put light on the outside temporarily. And on the outside, we want to place some autonomous activators. And I can rotate these so that actually I don't need to be worried because I can rotate them, that's fine. I should be able to. Just place two of them down. Yep, there we go. And I placed in the wrong place. Because I'm good like that. Let's try that again. Okay. And lastly, we want a vacuum hopper. So I'm going to put that right around here. Now, vacuum hopper gathers two things. It gathers items, as we've seen before, I don't have any. Yeah, I'm gonna need some. So if I set my items to my item output to the right, away it'll go into our barrels. And the idea is that these two are going to kill everything that drops down. And they're going to do that a number of ways. I'm just going to start off with some iron swords and then just replace them with unbreakable swords later. I don't need that much stuff, so I want to turn off this occasionally. And I've got plenty of iron, so it's not going to be a problem. I could use stone and all kinds of other things, but... Okay, so this also has an XP output. On that, let's output to the bottom. Let's go and get a couple of servos. I've made plenty of them just in case. And we're also going to need some fluid hooks. Assuming I have some left. Oh, yes, fluid hooks. And I also want a drum. Thought I had a spare. Fluid duct. And will that connect directly? Looks like it. We'll see what that needs to do. That's going to eject and that's going to eject. And hopefully they should fill it with XP, which is exactly what we want. Let's go make a couple of swords, and then we'll turn the system on and then see how good or bad it is, hopefully. Some rubber. I needed more of these. It's probably overkill. In fact, it's definitely overkill, but that's okay. Just grab 4 swords for the moment. Don't have to be anything amazing. Let's stick them in here. Round robin, random, left click. Random left click. There we go. Yeah. So we were nearly done. Let's just seal in the other parts of the room. So as you can see, everything from that side is being pushed towards this line and this line, which are going to push them into the middle. The same thing on this half, so nothing too amazing. That is assuming I've roughly counted right. That should be enough. Just. I thought it was overkill. Obviously, me. Where'd the math fail again? Okay, and there's the room. It's done. Seal it up. And put some torches up here, not that we're going to need them, and knock out this torch. Now, if everything works according to plan, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be climbing back up here shortly. Down here, what we should start seeing happening as soon as I move away is mobs should spawn, get pulled in by the conveyor belts, hit the bottom, get killed by the autonomous activators if I remember to do it right, and then the stuff should be pulled into the network. Now something's being pulled in, and that's the vacuum hopper at work. Actually, let's just clear that. Torches and cobble. Don't need those cluttering. Similar to the other setup over there, by the way, I've also put a last destination, dense destination, to this gold chest. Just once these filled up, it's going to drop lots of different miscellaneous stuff, and I just want to get rid of it. Ooh. Actually, I just want to seal the back up as well. There we go. Let's go ahead and see if that actually spawns anything. While I sleep. And I'll cut until it's dropped a few things. Back in a minute. So it looks like these conveyor belts that are in the pack don't allow mobs to spawn on them. Pretty annoying because they're quite a good replacement to the vanilla mechanics. So the other way of doing it is a little bit less fast. Let's just put our magnum torch back up. Should still work, but it's just a little bit less fast. Do that, just rip up your conveyor belts. Don't worry about it too much, apart from these that are going into the center, these main tracks. And that's then one spawning pad. So all we need to do is do exactly the same, just to the other three corners. One other quick amend, by the way, I did actually still put the autonomous activators in the wrong position. They should only have one gap between those and the conveyor belts. There we go. So, same as before, just move it one forward and that's fine. Let's just go and take care of that last corner now. And we're definitely going to need to get a faster way of going up and down platforms. That is something coming soon, as soon as this mob farm starts working. Those of you who have seen my other Let's Play series may already know what I'm talking about. Give you a hint, you need wool and ender pearls. Just go to F7 mode. Yep, there we go, see. One for the magnum torch, things could spawn in here, so that's everything covered. chest. And hopefully at some point soon stuff will start dropping into our barrels. Oh, there we've got something spawned. All the way above us. And there's more, and there's more. So that's... okay. 10 entities, I think. Whoa, that sounds like 1, that sounds like 2. Oops. Set your autonomous activators to left click. And it's working. There we go. String, gunpowder, zombie flesh. Just gotta wait for this to fill up, really. Things we want are ender pearls, but it may take a time before that actually works. It's gonna be lots of junk. What you could do is you could set a whitelist on this, so put I don't have one, but you could put a filter and drag everything in here and tell it to ignore metadata. So if I click on this, ignore metadata, change those modes. Then you can tell it to pull all the arrows and everything else. God, it's noisy. Okay, let's move away for a while. You can tell it to pull in the arrows, the bows, the armor, stuff like that into the chest. At the moment, I'm just waiting for it to give me something like ender pearls. I'll lock that into a barrel, and then that will always hit the barrel instead of the chest, and away we'll go. One mob farm complete. And there's our first ender pearl. So that's locked into a barrel, and we can now get lots of ender pearls. Hopefully they're going to spawn quite often. Away we'll go. In fact, we could even have put that, turn all of this off, actually. That chest that's up here, we don't need up there. We can put it down at the bottom with our magnum torch. There's obviously quite a lot of things spawning in there. What we should also do, assuming it's available, let's have a look. Yes, the trash can is available. So we just want a chest, some cobblestone and some stone. So let's get another chest. Is it a stone lid? Yeah, here we go. Now anything you don't want ever... Wow, this is noisy. Put your trash can down. Connect it with item ducts. Wow. Connect it with item ducts. Let's just have a whitelist filter. Last destination for stuff like armor. Stuff you're never going to use, you can just trash it. Anything else you don't want to use, add it to the filter. In fact, you can even put it on the other side and put it first destination, green. So all that stuff never even gets considered for everything else. And hopefully the final thing is, it looks like the barrel won't fill from the side as I was expecting. So, easy way of solving that is just a bit of extra fluid duct. Apologies for the noise in this bit. Nope, definitely not working. 1 XP drum. Filling quite fast. Job done. And let's solve that problem of the noise straight away. Now, right from the start of the game, you were given a rain muffler. We've used a sound muffler before, so it shouldn't be anything new, I don't think. Whoops, that was an elevator. I didn't mean to make that. So spoilers. The block I'm going to be using to get to another level is called an elevator. It gets used by an ender pearl and surrounding it with wool. What's the sound muffler? Oh, it's a note block, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. And I'm probably going to be out of wool. Do I have any other coloured wool? Well, I've got some shears and there's a sheep over there, so let's use him. Oh. Should be enough. Sound muffler. Now we should be able to make this much quieter. That's much better. And we've already replaced the ender pearls that we just used. And as you can see, we're getting a lot of miscellaneous stuff in here, so these are the kind of things you'd probably want to add to the trash. But let's do that now, may as well. I've not got any item ducts. That's about typical. Only need the one. So do I want this last stuff first? I want it first, but I can't have it on the same line as one of those, so let's get rid of you. Try to not get it intercepted by the okay, that's a little bit annoying, but yeah, it's connected. So whitelist, and ignore metadata, ignore MBT, and set you to first destination. Okay, so for any leather tunics, golden chest plates, I really don't need either one. And because we're ignoring MBT and metadata, it's not going to look at the... If we didn't, it would look at the actual amount of durability. So only something with exactly that amount of durability would get pulled into the trash can. That's not something we want. So best way to test this, I suppose. Oh, now we put the sound muffler there. Slightly annoying. It's going to get noisy. So, our leather tunic. Our first set of leather tunics didn't come back. Let's just try this again. Hopefully they shouldn't. And let's just add these two. And you probably want to do this for all the actual armor types. I mean, you could grind this down later if you really wanted to, but not really. And bows. You get so many bows. Yeah. Get rid of those. Arrows are somewhat useful for the spawn eggs, and you know, we'll be using those a little bit later. These. As you can see already, we've got multiple stacks of rotten flesh, and if you aren't running leaves on the tree farm over there, if you're running saplings, you may want to just feed this into something that will mulch everything down and turn it into earth. Same goes for brains, I think. Not sure about the rest. Let's see what else is coming up. Iron pickaxe. And the bows. Lots of heads, don't mind keeping those. Miniature red hearts, I definitely don't mind keeping those. So, let's get rid of you. Add these. Yeah, that drum's filling up quite well. And we can use that liquid XP in other places later. Excellent. We could even filter that iron sword to the back of these if we wanted to. That would work. In fact, yeah, we've already broken our first set of iron swords. We're on to our second set. So that's something we have to come up with a solution for. There are some unbreakable swords in the game which we can use it for. If you're ever overwhelmed, down here, just grab, where's that magnum torch? Yeah, just grab the magnum torch, drop it down, and it'll stop the whole thing from going. That's pretty much it for this episode. Functional mob farm. We've got ender pearls, which is what we're going to need. Yeah, sorry about the spoiler, but we're definitely going to put elevators in place all over the place, and one of the places for that is to get rid of these rope ladders. This is going to be the floor of my workshop, by the way, so obviously not this floor area, but this stone. And I don't want rope ladders all the way down, and I just definitely don't want that hole in the bottom going all the way to the void. So yeah, elevators, which needs more sheep, and I've got a pair of them. Got some pigs somewhere. Yeah, one over there. So we're looking in a good place to start automatic farming of animals. That's probably going to be the next episode. For now, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. If you've got any suggestions, feel free to leave them, and we may cover those in future episodes. Thanks for watching.